Perfect.
We've got the Euros coming up anyway. At
Oh
least.
God, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Got to watch England bottle it again.
Potentially our new manager as well.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, well, maybe we should get you started. I think that's the next segment, isn't it?
Don't worry, your first two signings will be Henderson and whoever else is Mason Mount will be captain as well.
Is James Milner still playing?
Yeah,
you know
is,
Southgate's itching to bring him everywhere he goes.
That's
He
Henderson.
ain't coming to United, is he?
It's definitely Henderson.
Oh God! So yeah, Erik Ten Hag, stay or go? What do you think?
I'm not in charge of football operations. I got no idea, mate. Because I was looking at the United team and the squad. You know, they come out with that statement about who to get rid of. We're so thin in our squad; it's ridiculous. I don't get it with how much we've spent. How it's so thin.
Yeah, go on. I think George should go first, being the non-United fan.
He'd probably say stay. He loves it.
As much as I love it, I think he is a manager that has a good philosophy, but I feel like his signings are just not good enough for the Premier League. So, like, I'll tell you what, your worst mistake ever is letting David De Gea go.
Do you think?
100%. I feel like him going. I feel like your director. I feel like to blame any. Like a lot of the time, a lot of players will go, "Oh, that manager brought that player in." It's not the case. A lot of the times, the owner's bringing in players in, like the director of football or the technical director or whatever position it is. Like, I'm sorry, but you paid all that money for Casemiro, who's pretty much. I'm not saying he's shit or anything like that. I'm just saying he's literally he's literally was in his prime, and now he's just getting older and older, and he's playing in a much harder league.
Yeah.
So he's getting caught out now. You might as well just let him go to Saudi Arabia.
That's if they want him. No, it's not confirmed that anyone's come in to bid for him.
Not yet, but then I also would say Amrabat is an absolute waste of a loan.
Yeah, especially when players like Sabitzer were available at the time.
I'll tell you what, Sabitzer, if you had him...
We had him last year.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like it's even more controversial. Yeah, that someone like Jadon Sancho, maybe that just shows you as well that Ten Hag had a problem with a lot of the top players in the team as well. Because obviously, look at Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that could have been, the thing is, fair play to United because they stuck with Ten Hag.
Yeah,
not the player. And that's the problem. I feel like Ten Hag, I feel like some of the players you got brought in is just. Like I was glad, you know what, I was salty when Mason Mount left, but after seeing this season, I am so relieved that we upgraded to Cole Palmer.
A little unfollow on it on Instagram. Next day, when you was heartbroken, George.
Oh, you know what, I was, but I had more hate towards it, and the fact that he had a preempted goodbye speech from probably when he had his hair dyed a month or two back. So he already had it lined up to go. And it was all probably because he wanted more money.
Well, I think with Ten Hag, the issue, I always thought this when he was signing these players. He signs players, mostly the ones he's worked with previously.
Does he trust them?
I understand he trusts them.
But Anthony, the Beyblade, Jesus Christ, he's awful.
You got Onana, he's previously worked with. Martinez, he brought in. Malacia was in the same league, so he sort of had a look at him. Then you got Amrabat, previously worked with. Ericsson, previously worked with. And then Mason Mount, he saw on loan at in the Dutch league as well. So obviously he was impressed with him.
Go on, carry on, Dills.
No, I just think that when he started doing that, it definitely lowers your talent pool in what you're trying to get in. I know he trusts the players, but sometimes these players aren't up to scratch in the Premier League.
I feel like out of all them players you mentioned, Lisandro Martinez has been by far your best signing out of all them by a landslide.
He's always injured.
Yeah,
he's always. But that's the thing, because he does throw himself about. I think he's a top player. I actually like him. I think I think he could have approached it better with Sancho.
No, disagree.
Well, you think Sancho was the issue? Then
I lost 100%. All faith for Sancho when he got dropped for whatever happened, and then he come online to stream playing FIFA, the exact time that United were playing in Europe. So for me, like if a player had been dropped and had a fallout with the manager, and at that exact time a football match was going on, you can do one or two things if you want to go be present. You can upload a video of you say working out, running in the gym, or you can show how much of a brat you are by, oh look at me, I'm not even bothered by the football game my team's playing in. I'm going to play FIFA like an absolute child.
Maybe that is the issue. You signed the next Man City Academy product then.
Yeah, no, most
you signed the
likely.
best player essentially at Dortmund and one of the best players in Europe at the time.
Oh,
He
one of
gave,
the biggest
gave him.
talents going, yes.
Oh, I could go on about him, right? He gave him 3 months off. Essentially, firstly, you're right. Schalke signed him. I saw on the podcast that Schalke did with Gary Neville that he signed him and he went on holiday and come back with an ear infection. Then came back overweight. So if I'm signing for Man United, I'm not going on holiday. I'm training and ready for this new season. I'm coming to England to prove myself. I'm not going on holiday. So that's first little red flag there. And then, when he's under Ten Hag, so he gives him 3 months at a personalised training camp to help with his mental health and physical well-being. He comes back into the team, does all right, and then he obviously said that he didn't train well enough, and then he's done a message like that. I don't care if he's taken what he took on many players in that game at the Champions League semi-final. That's one game. I would not get rid of him. Sell him for the most amount of money you get. He's a bad egg.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. So
maybe I agree. No, I have to agree with you on that. I feel like maybe it's the surroundings of where he is then, because obviously in Germany he probably doesn't know as many people and he's just getting on with his game.
Yeah, no, you're probably onto something there with that. They probably can't. The way that sort of bad attitude probably doesn't translate as well over there, so it goes missing in translation. So he's allowed to probably be a bit more of a baby. This is kind of why I'd stick with Erik Ten Hag, because I feel like he's had a bit of a rough time, because for example, Anthony. A transfer he suggested, and when he suggested him, he was valued at 30 million. United approached Ajax and they got the price back at 30 million, but they didn't go ahead and do the deal because they was hoping to get De Jong signed. Chasing De Jong all through the summer, they come back to Ajax a week before the transfer deadline, and Ajax like, yeah, you can have him, but now it's 80 million. So I feel like if Anthony had come to the club as a 30 million player, just between the squad and the first team, I think his journey would have been a lot different, and the way he's received by people would have been a lot different too. But we're short on numbers. He has a massive price tag. It's just it creates more pressure. So that's just an excuse for one of the signings. Malacia, I don't know where he's gone. We need to get Liam Neeson to come and find him.
You know, I actually forgot about him.
I don't know where he is.
Malacia and Luke Shaw, our 2 left backs, have been taken, and I don't know where they are. But we need them, because we've got Delot. Yeah, a great right back. Delot is an attacking fullback. I personally don't think he's very good at defending, but I like what he offers going forward. And you can build teams around that. You can make sure that the left back stays tight when he goes forward, etc., etc. But to have him then play left back and be able to defend, no wonder why our defence looks absolutely shite. And yeah, like the injuries are ridiculous. I'd like to see Ten Hag be able to clear the team out, keep the ones that are showing promise. They're young, but for me, he needs more time.
Yeah, but you look at the squad.
Out of all the players, out of all the players, I feel bad for Højlund.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like Garnacho, not a bad piece of talent, just does not supply the ball enough. He holds it on too much, and it needs too busy spinning with the ball.
Rashford is in a nightclub in Belfast, wherever he was.
Rashford is probably going to be he's going to be your next Sancho.
Oh, he should go.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Yeah, get rid of him.
You don't have a player as big as Højlund, a striker like him, and play and have right footers on the left wing and left footers on the right wing, because they're not looking to cross the ball; they're looking to cut in and dribble. It just have players with right foots on right wings, left foots on left wings. Once again, Ten Hag's restricted because Rashford doesn't like to play in one place and someone doesn't like to play elsewhere.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe the factor is that Ten Hag has inherited some bad eggs then.
100%, definitely.
Look at the managers they've got rid of. LVG, Mourinho, Ollie, Ralph. They're about to get rid of Ten Hag as well.
Even Ronaldo, the essentially best player in the world, was a bad egg. You can't walk down the tunnel for your team when the game's still going on. I don't care who you are.
You're not bigger than the club. That's the one rule.
No, you got to get rid of him for that. I don't know if he had any extra, but yeah.
It's like having a crazy missus. Yeah, she might be smoking hot, but if she keeps slashing your mum's tyres, she's got to go.
I like that terminology, actually.